Who likes to do rag quilts? Who likes to do rag quilts the non-AccuQuilt way? For those of you that have never done a rag quilt, when you make a rag quilt without AccuQuilt, after you sew it together, you have to do all the hundreds and hundreds of fringes. You have to cut it by hand. I did that once. I had 5 blisters on this hand from cutting fringe for 2 days. I said never again until AccuQuilt came out with the rag dies. Now with the AccuQuilt rag dies, when the fabric comes off the die, all the fringe is already cut. All you have to do is sew it together. I'm gonna pass these around so y'all can look at them. Start one out. This one was done in flannel. So this is the front of it. Fringy fringe. The back is nice and smooth. So depending how you arrange the squares, you can have it look scrappy, or you can actually make it into any pattern that utilizes nothing but squares, like a trip around the world, sunshine and shadow. They make another rag die that's 1/4 of this size. We'll go more about that in this afternoon and tomorrow. But you can mix and match the two together, because 4 small ones will equal 1 large one. You can even do a mock Irish chain using those 2 rags. This was made here with the smallest tumbler die. It has 3 shapes on it. It's a 3.5-inch tumbler. And it has 3 shapes on that die board. So with 6 layers of cotton fabric, every pass through the machine is going to cut 18 quilt pieces. This is a great die. This is a great one to use up your scrap piles with as well. A great scrappy. But what I did with these, I just went through my stash and pulled out some different red, whites, and blues, and I made this little flag quilt. And look at all those angles. You're probably thinking, I don't want to do that. It's going to be hard to line all that up. This is one of the easiest quilts you can make, whether it's in the form of a flag or a scrap. And there's a lot of patterns that you can make with this piece as well. How you piece this, you piece it in vertical strips, like so, after you have it laid out. And then all you have left are these nice long strips with these nice straight edges to sew together, like this. I got these to pass around. I pieced this without pinning anything at all together. That's how easy it is. So this is an example of what a scrappy tumbler looks like. They make beautiful quilts. My very first quilt I made, I hand pieced and hand quilted a scrappy tumbler quilt. This is an example of one of my very first quilts.
What has he shown you so far that you just think you can't do, or you burning question? There's somebody else in the room who has a question like it. What are you seeing so far?
I do have a question. I have a Judy Martin book that I've been going to make a log cabin quilt out for 10 years probably. I have 40,000 purple things to make it with. I haven't done this yet. And I bought the log cabin one for this. Oh, that'll be easier because in her book it says you have to go like long grain, you put it in long ways. Is that right?
Actually, so it is how we're going to demonstrate it today. We're actually cutting a kit for Richard. So what we're doing is we're cutting it a 24-inch width of fabric, and then we're sub-cutting it because the reason Judy has you cut it length of the fabric, you have less stretch and all your pieces fit together. It is the only way, the right way to do a log cabin. So what he's going to demonstrate today, we'll make sure we revisit that, Richard, to explain to people how we cut those kits.
Yes, because you want the lengthwise grain to go along with the length of the log. That way it doesn't stretch. And that's where the accuracy is important. It is important for the logs to be the same width. It's more important only on the log cabin with long strips of fabric, that those strips don't stretch lengthwise.
Has anyone ever made a log cabin where you cut the strip and then pretty soon it's a trapezoid? Right? So you cut the strips and then you sew it, and then the person who taught you, had you cut off the edges, and then pretty soon it's a trapezoid. It's uneven.
Yes.
We're going to eliminate that.
So by a show of hands, how many people already own the cutting system?
You want to ask who doesn't? And who will by the end of tomorrow.
Lots of ways you can use scraps of fabric, and this is an example of it. So if you've ever cut strips with a rotary cutter and a ruler, and it slips, what happens up here at the fold line? You get a peak or a valley, then you have to cut it down to get rid of it, then you can't sew the long strips together to do your strip piece. With AccuQuilt, 100% of the time, you get perfectly cut, perfectly straight quilt shop quality strips.